Good morning, everybody. So happy Friday. It's a little bit of a gloomy day here in Southern California. We're going to be installing a turbo actuator. Well, turbo's already installed. We have to calibrate it. I'm going to show you the process really quick. Turbo is already mounted. There's a few things you're going to need to do this. Obviously, you're going to need your software. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So this is the actuator. We are going to go with the old one. I don't believe anything's wrong with it. I did show you guys in the video. If not, I will kind of edit this in there so that the video will show that the turbo is no good. This is our actuator. It is not calibrated to the new turbo, so you will need your software. This is what comes with the turbo itself. You're obviously going to get a turbo. You're going to get your new hardware to go with it. You're going to get some little studs to install it. You're going to come with a little alignment tool, just simply a little pin. However, if you don't have this, if you look inside here and you look just right over here, you're going to see that little hole. Okay, so this little pin, you're going to put that right there, sweep it carefully. That's it. The pin's going to drop and you're in, you're locked in. Okay, now the next part, just leave that there, it's not going to go anywhere. You do have these little guides or studs that come included with your kit. Okay, you don't really need this, but you know, again, let's just, for the sake of the video, for the sake of what we got going on here, we're going to install that one there. And that's just so the actuator literally will slide right on over and mate here. So this is the little part of the turbo. I call it the claw. That's going to meet up with this little wheel that's right in there. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Hopefully that works out for you guys. And again, it just simply should allow you to drop this in without this moving here. This obviously needs to be removed before you even try to install it. Do not install it with this little pin. This is simply to make sure that you are aligned. Okay, so let me get everything else going and I'll show you guys how to do this. Very, very simple. So we have power. We should have power set up here. Let me make sure we got everything else we need. Where the hell did I leave the key? Fuck, who knows? Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and connect our software. We're gonna launch our Cummins Insight, which is going to be this little bad boy right here. You're going to need the software again to make all this happen. So while that connects to the truck, I'll show you guys what we do and what we need to get done. Pretty simple, very easy procedure. You have to do this procedure in order to make everything work together. Okay, I've heard some guys say, oh, you can just simply disconnect the batteries, put it all together, blah blah blah, and it works. I call bullshit on that. It may have worked for one guy somewhere down the line and they kind of spread that around. I don't recommend it. Simply just use the software and get it all done. So let me make sure I have everything I need and we'll go from there. So first thing first, you're going to insert your key. You are going to have codes, and of course batteries are dead. It ain't gonna work. So let's charge up the batteries and we'll be back. All right guys, so we finally have enough battery juice or juice in the batteries to kind of do this little test or this calibration that we're going to need to do. We don't have enough power to start the truck, which is fine because we're not going to start it right now. So what you want to do, of course, as I mentioned, you have everything aligned on the turbo. You do not have the actuator installed, but you do have it connected. Okay, you're going to open up your Cummins Insight. Hold on guys, I'm trying to get you guys the best angle, but this glare is just kind of messing things up here. Hopefully that helps you guys out. Probably not the best shot, but we have to make do with what we got. So we're going to create an image. I like creating an image because it does let you go back and review things in case you miss something or in case you want to show the customer something. So it creates a quick image, doesn't take very long. Basically it's just a record or a file or a screenshot, whatever you want to call it. Once it does that, it takes a few seconds. You're going to want to go over to your advanced ECM data right over there to the left. You're gonna get a new screen that pops. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong. You're gonna go over to ECM diagnostic test. Sorry guys, it's been a minute since I've done this. You're gonna wanna go down to the bottom, second to the bottom, where it says VGT, Electronic Actuator Installation and Calibration, okay? Click on next. The very next thing it's gonna tell you, this is not a functional test, this is a installation calibration test, two very different things. So click on OK. The very first thing you're going to do is drop down and go to install actuator, even though you're not installing it, and it's going to show you something here. The VGT actuator must be removed before this process begins. Click on OK. On the bottom right, over here, you're going to click on start, click on OK again, and let's see what it does. Boom, test pass, which means the VGT is good. So now what you're going to want to do is come over to the other side, okay, and you're going to want to go ahead and mount the actuator. Again, the actuator's been connected, but it's not installed. We have our guides. This has still been aligned. Chao, me pasas los yeah. And we're gonna go ahead and present everything here. Hopefully I can kind of get a decent shot or mount this camera. Sorry guys, I didn't plan this shit out very well. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna try and do it one-handed. So all you're gonna do, very, very simple, or at least for me it is you're gonna mount this right over the top, okay? You're gonna present it. It should drop right over. You may have to wiggle just a little bit. Hold on, let's get this out of the way. There we go. And again, you don't need the guides. I've installed it without the guides, but for the sake of this little video. Okay, this fitting out of the way. Sorry guys, we put that there. Sorry for the language, but this is not gonna let it drop down. So let me put the camera down and remove this and we'll go from there. And we're back. All right, so take that fitting out of the way. This line is gonna move out of the way and your actuator should literally slide right over just like so, okay? That's pretty much it. Hold on, I don't really like the way that's seating. There we go. Now it's seated on there properly. Sometimes you do got to give it a little bit of a wiggle. Sorry guys, that's the Ford lot across the way. The employees love hauling ass out of there. So you do have your two seals. Make sure those are on there. They come with the turbo itself. One here, one there. Next thing you want to do is get your hardware, which is provided, which is for the very, very low price of almost $5,000 for this turbo. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, these turbos have gone up extremely. I don't understand what the hell's going on with Cummins and PACCAR and all that bullshit, because I think it's just ridiculous to charge for a turbo by itself almost 5,000 bucks plus the actuator, which puts you pretty much in the ballpark of about $6,000 or 6,500 bucks plus labor and all the other shit associated with this job. You know, just me venting. Anyway, so you're gonna go ahead and take out your guides. We don't need these anymore, okay? They never provided these before, but we'll save these just in case. Again, nice little guides. Take them both out, and then we're gonna go ahead and tighten everything down. So we get our little bolts. Run that in there with your fingers. Make sure you don't cross the threads. Last thing you want to do is do that and really be in the world of hurt. Same thing, you're going to do that over here on this end. And then once we do that, get it all nice and secure, snug, torque down, all that good stuff there. What you're going to want to do, very, very simple, is perform the rest of the procedure. And I'm going to show you that right now. So I'm going to put the camera down. I'm going to tighten this down, torque it all down, whatever you want to call it. And we will go from there. Actuator mounted on the turbo. We're going to go install all the accessories. But right now, let's show you guys what you came to see, which again is going to be the final calibration or installation process. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. Everybody say hi to Chavo. Chavo. Saludos. Oh. All right, guys. So that's Chavo. He's finishing up putting all the accessories and buttoning this shit up. So the very next step you're going to need to do, and you have to follow this procedure, you're going to want to go to where it says the drop-down menu. Tap on that. Calibrate actuator. Okay. It's going to give you another warning. Actuator must be mounted. Click on OK. Click on start down here on the bottom. It is a pass or fail, and it's reminding you again it must be mounted. Click on OK, and it should be a pass or fail. It says running. You're going to see that there. And let's see, guys, hopefully there we go. Boom, all done. Actuators calibrated, actuators installed, all calibrated together, and that's it. It's a very, very simple procedure. At this point, we're almost ready to go. We have to just finish everything up as far as the accessories, the water, the coolant. A few things I want to give you guys a heads up on. When you're replacing your turbo, highly recommended, replace your motor oil. So dump that motor oil, put new motor oil in there. Obviously a new engine oil filter. And the reason you want to do that is because if there's ever an issue with warranty, with turbo, and these guys get very, very particular on the way they do things, you're going to want to replace those things, okay? And again, we don't know the life or the history behind this oil, how old it is, but either way, we're not taking any chances. We're going to replace all that. So that's pretty much it. Guys, if you have any questions, as always, hit me up. Hope this video helps you out. The procedure itself is the same, whether it's an ISL 9 like this, or a PX9 as they call it,
or an ISX or an X15. It's very, very similar. You may have some differences, but that's pretty much it. Guys, if you liked the video, again, I asked a few things. Just like, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Have yourself a great day.